理解一个人从他的成长环境开始。大家好，欢迎来到1000种校园生活，我是校园卡。今天为大家带来一种非常刺激的校园生活。4月28日，我路过耶鲁，和朋友吃了个午饭。恰逢当天下午，耶鲁校园里有解放巴勒斯坦的游行。我朋友工作的实验室里有穆斯林同事在参加游行。我说我希望能找人采访一下，他就给了我他们游行发言人的联系方式。我找到他之后，发现他是犹太人，是反对锡安主义的犹太人。事后我才发觉 TikTok 上传播量很大的反对以色列暴行的视频，很多都是犹太人在发言，有犹太学生、国际主义的犹太医生、年纪很大的纳粹集中营幸存者等等。只有犹太人不那么害怕被打击报复。其他参与游行的学生一般都不接受采访，知道说出来的话容易被扭曲。很多人都戴着口罩墨镜，大家都知道这种冲塔行为是相当危险的。虽然知道可能会被开除，可能以后进不了原本能进的大公司，但是还是有很多学生勇敢地站出来，反对以色列在加沙的暴行，反对美国政府为以色列的战争买单。在反对残忍的战争暴行这件事上，中美有良知的人是站在一起的。下边我们进入米兰达的采访，因为是临时起意的采访，他也很忙，所以只简单问了几个问题。Hi Miranda, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you are doing here?
Yeah, awesome. My name is Miranda Rector-Cohen. I am an organizer with Jewish Force for Peace New Haven and with JVP Action Connecticut, here as part of the Connecticut Palestine Solidarity Coalition, representing many different organizations across the state of Connecticut in support of a free Palestine.
What do you demand of the school?
So we have several demands. Mainly right now, we are here supporting the Yale encampment as they demand disclosure and divestment from the state of Israel and for more in genocide.
Can you elaborate a little bit on how they can divest from Israel?
Yeah, so students right now are doing an amazing job of pushing their university to speak up and work towards disclosure and divestment. So they're asking the Board of Trustees to provide disclosure of all of their investments in the Israeli military and to work towards long-term divestment. Yale is one of the wealthiest schools in the nation, and we are asking for books and not bombs.
Cool. Do you think students have very strong resolution? Like, what are they waiting to give for those demands? Are they afraid or what?
I think the students are in this for the long run, and as someone who is an alumni of Yale College and the Yale School of Public Health, I'm really incredibly proud to be in support of the students today and the larger movement towards divestment from death and from genocide.
Thank you very much, Miranda.
Yeah.
And how do you point of view for a student get arrested? Because this is a little sensitive, especially that happened last week. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We are incredibly proud of the students who were willing to risk arrest, as well as the community members who stood by and supported them. And I think that it's important to make clear that the only threat to safety comes from the state and from universities threatening students with state violence through the use of police force. So we're incredibly proud of the students for being able to put their bodies on the line, quite literally, for this really important cause. And I just am honored to be here today to stand amongst them.
Also, as a Jewish, because you are standing for Palestine, have you ever faced any, challenges or different voices about your selection or something, and how do you explain that, or how do you face those challenges?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said during my speech today, I think the only shame is in an ideology that seeks to dehumanize people, and I identify as an anti-Zionist Jew because of my Jewish values, and I reject any ideology that seeks to dehumanize people, that stands for racism and white supremacy, and that would be okay with 40,000 people dying and several thousands more being injured and facing starvation.
What's the next plan if the government is still giving all the supplies or aids to the Israel army or etc.? Do you guys want to just protest again, or do you have other plans for that? Because looks like the things is getting a little bit awkward these days, especially. So
We will have to see as different tactics keep escalating. Right now, it's incredible to see this march of, hundreds of people from all across the state. And we're seeing all across the country, the student solidarity encampments, protests. On April 15th, we saw people shut down weapons manufacturers and other companies that are complicit in the genocide. And we have to continue to be willing to escalate our tactics and use every means at our disposal, moving beyond just calling on our elected officials and speaking up to really directly putting pressure on our government and on companies to stop investing in the genocide.
Me and my audience are pretty ignorant on the internal politics of Jews. Could you teach us a little more about how influential are Zionism within Jews?
While we see that there's incredible division, I am increasingly hopeful that more and more Jews are moving away from Zionism. And anti-Zionist Jews have existed longer than the state of Israel itself. And we have been speaking out against the occupation since it began. And I am just proud to be a part of that lineage of anti-Zionist Jews who are speaking up about this issue. And I would essentially say that it's important to recognize that there are more Christian evangelical Zionists than there are Jews in the world, and that this really starts with the United States government and with companies that are choosing to profit over death rather than protecting life.
Yes. Yeah, life is most important. 今天5月1日，又有100多个警察进入耶鲁校园清场，感觉美国校园里的抗议还会再持续一阵子。如果大家想看，我可以多做几期相关节目。大家对全美学生抗议有什么看法？欢迎在评论区聊聊。谢谢观看，点赞关注，一键3连，我们下期再见。